I think it's just the love of the job. You know, we're essential. We need to come in, and I know that I was scheduled Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I needed to be here. So I made sure I was here. And to make sure is I got a room so I wouldn't have to drive. And I've done it in the past, I'll do it in the future.
I volunteer to help my manager because I know they really need the people to stay, they really need help. Patient needs to be fed here. Patient comes first, so my responsibility as a patient nutrition coordinator is to serve the patients and make them feel happy.
Came in Friday at 1 p.m. Was here till about Saturday, about let's say 9 p.m.
I have my husband and 2 kids, but my kids are not here on vacation out of America. But my husband had to spend night out of home too, so he spent like 2 nights in his job too.
Well, we did have a funny episode where, I don't know, it might have been 1:30 in the morning. We're standing at the doors watching snow come down sideways. Out in the field, you couldn't even stand out in the street. And 2 researchers come out of the floors, and one girl has a helmet in her hand with a blue light, and she proceeded to go get on her bicycle and drive down the street on a bike in that snowstorm.
We normally have at least on our total crew close to 20 people a day in the kitchen. We were down to just 4 staff members and 3 managers, and we still had to maintain our normal patient food service and retail service. So it was challenging, but we got through. There was more people than we actually anticipated. A lot of people seemed to stay over in the hospital, and we seemed to be the only people open in town. So a lot of people off the streets were coming in to eat. So we fed a lot more people than we anticipated.
Well, we had true crews. You know, we had probably about 20 guys each crew. And when the 20 guys were working, the other 20 guys were resting. We had bobcats continuously working. We had 2 machines. We had, I think we had about 8 snow blowers and 10 brushes. So in the meantime, we just kept them going. We had environmental services came in and helped us with the Wolfen's yard.
The T wasn't running, and my car is complicated what happened to my car, but it wasn't working. And basically I just decided to walk from Quincy. I Googled it, it said it's about 8 miles.
During my stay here, you know, covering the storm shift, the first night on Friday night I had to sleep on the couch in the London 10 visitor lounge, and the next night, Saturday night exactly, I had to sleep on London 6 visitor lounge again, but I had to sleep on the chair, just switching with my friend.
We couldn't sit out there, we didn't have the manpower to keep going, you know, changing shifts, so we just all went out there at one time, and when it was sleep time, which I think was between, I want to say maybe 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., we all just found a chair to sleep in or a couch that we have out in our lobby. We was just kind of crashing everywhere.
When I woke up in the morning, realized there was very little chance of me actually being able to drive in, so having a couple years ago needed to snowshoe home from work after the big storm we had 2 years ago. I decided I was going to snowshoe into work today, or that day, and got up early because I knew it was going to take me about an hour and a half. I live in Brookline, so it's about 3.8 miles from the hospital.
I guess I kind of wanted to prove a point, you know, that even in a snowstorm, if I have to be somewhere, I can be there, and I guess you could call it a dedication thing. Maybe a little bit of foolish pride too, you know.
I took them off before I actually walked into the ED because snowshoes aren't allowed in the ED.
It was eventful. It was a fun time. I got to give all the B&G employees applause. It was a phenomenal effort.
We made it all work. Everybody that was there was willing to be there and did a great job.
Yeah, it was definitely a sense of teamwork. We had people that normally don't do certain jobs. I mean, I was stripping trucks, our director was making sandwiches, so everyone was chipping in and helping out where needed.
We all stuck together, and the guys were great. They really were. Everybody stepped up huge. There was no complaining. You know, everybody knew the task at hand, and they just got it done. You know, and I'm really proud to say I was part of the team. You know, and it was really unbelievable. After we said and done, and what we saw, what we had accomplished after the storm hit, and we looked at it, and you know, everybody said, "Hey, we did a good job."